It is an exciting time to be here in Jamestown as the holiday season officially gets underway with our annual holiday parade. Joining us live in studio is Patrick Smeraldo with Collaborative Children's Solutions, Patrick, you've been so busy this year, tasked with trying to coordinate all these nuts and bolts. Now that we're down to the final stretch here, I mean, what, 24 hours from now, we'll be in the thick of it. For you, how are things going?
It's actually been a little good. I felt a little sense of relief last evening that, emails went out to the participants and those things happened. Today's been a little crazy, but that's expected. Met with the city guys first thing this morning at 7, and Parks guys are sprucing up downtown. Had to take care of all the important jobs this morning, Justin. We had the porta potties all placed, and
oh yeah,
absolutely, we did that this morning. The Jamestown guys were down putting up tents and awning, and it's handling those details to make sure that everyone. We're asking a bunch of people to come downtown. Now we have to make them comfortable while they're here. So There's a little bit of preparation going for that, but we do have the best city department of public works and parks guys out there. I'm confident in them. They've been text messages away, so that's zero part of my problem.
Yeah, it's incredible to see that collaboration, and I know that's something that you are really big on, and as we've talked before, and I want to get to the kind of itinerary a little bit for folks because festivities actually kick off this evening.
They do. So at 5 o'clock, the Toys for Tots crew will be at Southern Tier Distillery up at Southern Tier on the property there. We have some guest bartenders, Jamie Berg and Jeff Kresge and Jacqueline Phelps and some others that will be up there, and we'll be taking toy donations. It's a happy hour from 5 to 8, and they then cut us a donation, which is great for Toys for Tots and the kids in Chautauqua County. But we'll be there from 5 to 8. Tomorrow morning from 10 to 4, we'll be at the Fluvanna Community Church. Evelyn Kegelmeyer, who is a TRC employee and huge supporter of Toys for Tots in Chautauqua County, has a craft fair going on, so that's great. And then at 3:30, up on Cook and Catlin by the Ministry's Church there on 3rd, they'll be taking registrations for the Mistletoe Mile. That's growing, actually, by the day. I guess I'm new to these things, so I guess a lot of runners wait to see what the weather is going to be. So we have Dakota to thank for the beautiful weather, today and especially tomorrow. High of about 40, no snow, no rain in the forecast. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. So they'll be up registering for the race from, at 3:30. The race will go at 4 down 3rd Street. The finish line at City Hall. It's only a mile, so anybody can join, walkers, runners, kids, adults, families. We really encourage that, and that's you can register on our site at Mistletoe Mile for the Run Sign Up site. 5 o'clock, we'll be meeting at in front of Farm Fresh there on 3rd, and have about 10 or so volunteers. As people that are in the parade, they show up, they'll find one of the volunteers, and then we'll place them in an order. Nobody has a set place yet except a couple people. We'll put a fire truck up front, the high school band, and then we'll go from there. So when your party has shown up and everyone's accounted for, that's when we'll then assign you a spot and put you into line. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll come down 3rd Street and end at City Hall, and at 8 o'clock, there'll be a fireworks show.
Yeah, it really is incredible to see everybody coming together. So far, can you kind of give us some preliminary numbers? How many folks are going to be physically taking part in that procession of the holidays?
There's probably close to 75-ish floats, organizations, kids organizations, things like that. We did shut it down on Monday. And I did a little video about that this morning. I apologize if people couldn't get in. The situation is that, well, let's be real. No one's done anything for 18 months.
Right.
Everybody's excited about this. We have a 2-hour window to get 75 groups, probably totaling in the hundreds of people, children. I mean, there are floats of 50 kids with soccer programs and things like that, and vehicles and horses and you name it. They're coming across 3rd Street. We have a 2-hour window because at 8 o'clock, because how weather swings in the winter, those fireworks need to be launched off that ramp. Right. So that was the window we had, the gap we had. But we've had a lot of positive support from the community and zero negative comments.
Yeah,
We have some. Oh, I apologize.
No, that's okay. And I think I just the point here I wanted to make is I think the Saturday aspect is something that a lot of people have talked to me about. Is they're like, well, it always happens on Friday, but Saturday almost seems better because we can stretch this celebration across multiple days and make it easier for many of these families who are trying to get involved with it.
Absolutely, and that's been the key to this. And I told you before, that literally happened by accident. We had the Friday thing going, but we've also tried to maximize downtown. I mean, there's an artisan bazaar tomorrow during the day down here, and then at 4 the race will happen, and then with the parade starting. But there's a 16-team hockey tournament at the arena. So if you're downtown early, you're doing some shopping, and you have a little break, instead of going back home, you can grab a sandwich or something at one of the restaurants downtown. Maybe check the hockey tournament out, come back and do the parade at 6. There's a ton to do tomorrow, and tonight even in Chautauqua County right now. So I mean, there's really, I guess the fight has been about it. Which I've stressed this to you. If there has been a little hiccup in anything, it's I am a Chautauqua County person. Period. End of story. I'm a Jamestown guy, and I've been trying to protect the business owners of downtown and the restaurants of downtown to keep it local for them. Yeah. We've been trying to get some vendors in to sell some things. I only want to deal with like local people, because they're here and they're going to make our community better and stronger. That was the purpose for that. I understand that competition is great, but in the same respect, I want to protect the business owners. And
to that point of businesses, a longtime favorite, I hear you have some breaking news for us.
Oh, yeah.
Is going to be making a return tomorrow in a special way.
In the media world, Justin, I've learned this from you. We don't reveal our sources, but I literally heard about an hour and a half ago that Taco Hut has been in the negotiations to reopen. I guess we're closer to that than we were at 10 o'clock this morning. So Taco Hut is actually open tomorrow. Now, there are some parameters with this. It's going to be cash only. They will have canned soda and water and things like that. They will be doing meat and cheese burritos to go, and grab and go. They have signed off with the health department. They're good to do that. And this is the preview of Taco Hut's coming back, I believe. Yeah. So this is, they've been negotiating, they got it going, and tomorrow they have now permission from the city and the health department to open for the grab and go.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So definitely people are going to be wanting to flock to that corner of Spring and 3rd to enjoy this excitement and grab a meat and cheese burrito. I know that'll be on my list for
Absolutely.
Sure. In the last few moments that we have here, I really quickly want to stress 2 other important points. Is that the Toys for Tots angle is so huge. If folks, that's who you all are about, is giving back to kids in our community. So if folks have a unused, unwrapped, present.
No Christmas paper, right.
Right. They can donate that.
Absolutely.
Just as they're walking along the parade, you'll be collecting those.
There'll be multiple spots. There'll be barrels out in front of Tracy Plaza and City Hall. Set those up tomorrow afternoon. And then the Toys for Tots float, which will be up towards the front of the parade route, will be flagged by the Jamestown High School cross country team. We'll walk along with it. So literally, you just need to bring it to the parade and then hold it. And there's, 10, 12 kids that'll run over, grab it, throw it onto the float. And as we go down 3rd Street, we'll just collect toys for you. You don't have to worry about finding a drop-off box. We'll take care of it for you. And that's, Justin, you're correct. I mean, this is all about, for me, for Toys for Tots and giving back to the kids. As long as with the parade, I teach, so I've had a bunch of kids groups that I've run into, and we've talked about the parade and things like that all week. I cannot tell you how awesome. That's probably been the best part of it for me, is to see the excitement on their face. Yeah. We've asked so much of kids the last 18 months as we have of adults. But we can't tell you, hey, we got to wear a mask and be 6 feet apart in schools and then pull Christmas from you. I mean, so to bring this back, that's really what it meant to me, the excitement the kids are having right now.
Absolutely. And that's definitely something that will be on display. And again, honoring too, in the last moments, I know we've talked about this before,
Absolutely.
But 2 of Jamestown's finest who have really given the ultimate opportunity to kids, and that's something that we'll be talking about throughout tomorrow evening as well. Patrick Smeraldo, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast today, and we remind you, if you can't make it to the parade in person, or heck, you want to rewatch it later in the night, we'll be streaming that live here on WNY News Now and Channel 716 on Roku.